Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm quickly going to be addressing some of the things that managers will ask you during an interview. So I was currently sitting down, reading all my comments, answering one by one because I just love to answer all my comments. I try not to leave any comment unanswered, and I keep seeing the same comment, and it's like, what do these managers ask you? What should I wear? And it's kind of like a repetition of the same stuff. I've done a lot of videos about these questions that you guys are asking me. So at this point, even though I do try to answer, I'm trying to leave the link along to those videos so you guys can get a more in-depth answer. But I wanted to quickly just address some of the things that these managers will ask you. So I was like, let me just dedicate a simple, 5, 6, 7 minute video to this and address you guys' question. First of all, a lot of people are messaging me that they're nervous when they go for their interview. Do not be nervous. I mean, there's nothing to be nervous about. What is the worst that they can tell you? No. There's 100 more, 1,000 more, million more Publixes that you can go to. There's a lot more hustles that you can do. Now, the interview, I feel like, is pretty straightforward. Just in about any interview, they're going to ask you, for the most part, open-ended questions. Now, I always say this, but I'll go ahead and repeat myself. Not only did this happen to me, it's happened to all my friends, and I work several jobs, and it's always the same thing in the interviews. People will always ask you open-ended questions for the most part, and you never want to answer those open-ended questions with a single response. Try to be open-ended, because the reason they're asking you open-ended questions is because they want open-ended responses. Now, all your responses, make sure you try to correlate it with Publix. For an example, if you like to play basketball and they ask you, oh, so what do you like to do outside of Publix? Yes, you can go ahead and say, I like to play basketball. Like, I'm not telling you to sit down and be like, oh, well, I don't like to do anything but work at Publix. Can I please get hired? Like, I'm not telling y'all to be fake. I'm not telling y'all to say anything that you wouldn't naturally say. So if you like to play basketball, or if you like to play, I don't know, Nintendo, PS4, Switch, whatever it is that y'all play, that is okay. Go ahead and say that, but try to correlate it into the sense of the work aspect. So for example, if you're like, I like to play basketball, you could be like, which is good because essentially I can move fast. I'm a fast person. I work well in a group of players, or in a team, in a group. So that will mean that I will work well with my coworkers. Like, just try to like correlate it so that your managers can really see like that enthusiasm, so they can acknowledge those points in their head as well. Personally, one of my examples that I used is I love to take care of kids, and I used to do it as a hobby before I started charging. And I remember I went into the office and I told them that I was like, I love to take care of kids, and even though I do it for money, that is just one of my biggest passions. But that means that I care for a lot of people, and I'm good with the public. Therefore, I feel like I'd be good in a public setting and care for my customers just like I care for these babies. Boom. The manager was like, huh? So those are some tips that y'all want to say. Whatever it is that you like to do, I'm not telling y'all to not say it. Go ahead and say it, but then go ahead and try to correlate it, because it just puts you like at a different level than the rest of the crowd. Number 2, what to expect in your interview. I know the whole like virus is going on and everything. Interviews are still face-to-face because Publix is still running. So a lot of people are like, will I do it online? Will I do it via Zoom? No, you have to go in person. You have to get there on time, dress professional, all these things I did videos for, so I'm not going to go ahead and get into too many details of what to wear. Yes, wear something professional. Yes, first impressions do matter. Yes, these companies will make it seem like it doesn't matter, because how bad would it be to be looked as a company who discriminates against people who are wearing ripped jeans and this and that? So they don't want to look like that. But yes, in my opinion, because this is just my opinion, I do believe that first impressions do matter, and I do believe from literal things that I've seen managers say, associates say, that what you wear does impact the decision they make. I've seen managers be like, nah, she came in slides, forget it. So first impressions matter. I did a video on what to wear. I'll link it up here. If not, it will be at the end of this video. So make sure you check it out, because that question was really highly asked as well. And I dedicated a whole video to that, like telling y'all from hair to makeup to nails to guys, boys, men, dress shoes, regular shoes. Like, I did everything. So make sure y'all check out that video. Also, I haven't really done a video on, I guess, how to feel when you're in the interview, but that's kind of like standard. I want to address it here as well, because you guys are probably like nervous if you're watching this video. Do not be nervous. If you're nervous, you can go ahead and comment down below. I'll try to like ease you out of some of that nervousness, but there's nothing to be nervous about. Like I said, what's the worst they can tell you? Number 1. Number 2, if you follow a lot of these tips, I haven't seen anyone follow these tips and say that they haven't gotten hired. Now, I'm not trying to say that if you follow these tips, you will get hired, but the possibility is a lot higher. Why? Simply because a lot of people who have followed these tips, like I said, have gotten hired. I did these tips to get hired. I recommended a lot of my friends to do these tips and they got hired. So it's just kind of like shown to work. So I'm telling you guys, dress well, get in there with a positive attitude, smile. Somebody commented and was like, how do you smile with your mask? Can y'all tell I'm smiling? Now, can y'all tell I'm smiling? Smile with your eyes, y'all, because managers will see that. At the end of the day, managers want, at least in this company, somebody who's peppy and excited and who will take good care of their customers. So you have to go in there and be like, hey, how you doing, sir? How can I help you? Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. One tip that I can tell y'all, because this is the same tips that I would tell my brother or my family or my cousins, everybody. I've told everybody, is that this is a really good company. And you might not be the peppiest person, but if you have to get in there for just about 10 minutes, because that's all it might take. It might not even take the 10 minutes. It might take a little bit more, a little bit less. I'm not sure, but you're not going to be there for a really long time. So for that short amount of time, if you got to put on this different persona to secure yourself that job, do it, because it's an amazing company. Now, do not be 100% fake. Why? Because when it's time to work, you have to keep that same character. So if you're just naturally like a person who doesn't like to smile, doesn't like to talk to people, this isn't the job for you. There's other jobs. I've done videos of recommendations to other jobs for people who might not be considering Publix. Like, I got y'all on this channel. I want to make sure we're securing the bag in this channel. But that's something I would consider. Like I said, there's just a lot of open-ended questions that these managers will ask you. They're going to ask you, what do you like to do? So tell me about yourself. I can't really tell you guys how to respond to that because literally every single person is different when they tell you. So tell me about yourself. Usually include, you know, you can say your name. They already know your name. You can say where you're from. You can say who you live with. You can say your goal. A huge key tip for you to say in these interviews is that you would like to progress in this company, because as soon as you say that, the managers are like, hold up, we have a future manager in the room. She's prioritized, you know, like, so try to say stuff like that that shows that you're interested in moving up. Try to be very nice, very sweet. Tell the managers that you are interested, and if there's anything that you can do to make the application process any quicker, just really outdo yourself. Another question a lot of managers will probably ask you in the interview is your availability. They already know your availability for the most part before you walk in the room, but you can go ahead and let them know. Don't just be like, oh, I put that I can work 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. simply because I don't feel like waking up earlier than 2 p.m. Don't say something like that, because people, you'll be surprised what people be saying. You have to be like, look, I'm in school from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's why I put that I can work from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. You know, and managers don't mind if you're in school. So if you're in school, don't think that you don't have a chance to secure this job, because you really do. Also, I did a whole minors playlist of Publix. So if you're like a minor and you're watching this because you got an interview and you don't know what to say, there's different things that a minor should say in his or her interview. So make sure you check out that video. It's good that you watched this video, but make sure you check out that one, because that targets more of the stuff you have to say, because believe it or not, minors are looked a different kind of way. So you want to make sure you know what to say to avoid those things being a problem. Other than that, you guys should be good to go. Like I said, everything's open-ended questions. They might pull you out from the office. They might tell you to walk around the store with them. They might talk to you as you guys are walking around the store. They might ask you kind of like obvious questions. Oh, what do you see wrong here? What do you see right here? Because based off my subscribers' experiences, this is the feedback that they're telling me. That did not specifically happen to me, but a lot of people tell me that it's basic knowledge. They might be doing this because of the pandemic. They don't want to be locked up in a room, number one. Number two, also because of the pandemic, things are a lot more crazier. So they might be trying to see how good your common sense is, because some people, you know, not trying to make fun of nobody, but some people lack a little bit of common sense, and that's okay. But still, so if they tell you, oh, what do you see wrong here? Number one priority to Publix is its customers. So you can be seeing that the cashier is moving kind of slow, but if you see that the customers are in line, don't blame the cashier. Be like, oh, the customers aren't being taken care of. You know, always try to use your answers in a way where you're prioritizing these customers, because that's the manager's goals too. So these managers want to know that you're prioritizing their goal, and their goal is to make the customers happy. So with that being said, I feel like that kind of just covers everything. If y'all want to see a part 2 to this, let me know, but this covers it, and I don't want to make it too long because I know y'all be getting bored. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you would, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. I made a whole playlist, so make sure you check out all those videos and message me with any questions. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all soon.